Hi. I don't have my questions. Where are my questions?
Oh, wait, do you want me to find your little
We just
thing?
walked suddenly into this room.
We had no idea you were right here.
We just suddenly were in this room.
That was so
I
scary.
have none of my questions that I had prepared. If someone could get my questions.
Do you want me to find them for you? Hold on.
Where are they? No, Ari. Hi. What's up, guys? You just watched my favorite. I can't leave you alone. It's okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. You guys just watched my favorite movie.
Thank you, Dean. Ladies and gentlemen, Billie Eilish, thank you for doing this. It means so much to me, thank you. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
My team was like, who would be a cool person to do this? Who's your dream person? I was like, Billie Eilish. She's not going to say yes. She's too busy. She's too fabulous. It's too much. But she said yes, and I was like, oh, shit, now I'm so nervous. I was like, this is so exciting. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate you so much.
No, this is crazy. I love this girl so much, and I love this movie so much, and I
love you.
I love you, and I still use the my YouTube channel that I have all my music videos on and stuff, like the Billie Eilish YouTube channel. It has been my channel, my personal channel, since I was about 11, and I was just in the car telling my mom that you can find. There's old interviews of you from 2014. Or
Oh
something.
God!
And Billie Eilish comments I'm Team Ari. Yeah. There's many that people
makes
have
me
found.
so happy.
I didn't realize that they were still up, but there's many things where I commented God, I just love Ariana so much, and I used to call you Ari to my brother, and he'd be like, don't call her Ari. You don't know her.
So sweet.
So anyway,
That makes me so.
I'm really excited, and isn't this movie so amazing? So anyway, I'm going to ask a few questions, which is not normal for me. I'm not usually on this side of it.
It's so exciting that you said yes to this. I still can't believe she said yes to doing this.
I'm so
nice.
excited. Oh my God. Okay, let me shut up. Okay. Where do I start? Okay, well, first of all, this movie's amazing. You're so amazing. I've seen it 3 times. I listened to it before my shows, and it is awesome, and I love it so much. My first question would be, you're a diehard Wicked fan, and I've known this about you as a fan for years, and you've been talking about this for years. Sorry, I know too much about you. But, and that's my dad, by the way.
Oh my God, hi. I heard you were seeing the movie, and I got so emotional. Sorry, I'm so excited.
I'm nervous. Okay. But my question is you're such a diehard, and I feel you know the play so well, and you know the music so well, and I feel I just wanted to know, going into it, what were things for you that were totally non-negotiable, that you were I'm not gonna do it unless it's exactly like the play in this way. What were things that just you were very particular about? Was there anything?
Well, I do feel in a way, the nerdy Oz historian that worked on the movie. I felt like a protective nerd, the gatekeeping fangirl in the room. And I'm somewhat of a purist when it comes to making musical changes, especially. It has to have an emotional attachment or some sort of believable intention behind it. So there was a, this is just one example, I wanted to protect it as much as possible and protect Glinda as much as possible. It felt like my job. And in the very beginning, and he told the story first, so I feel it's okay to share it, but Stephen Schwartz shared that there was a version of Popular in the very beginning that had hip-hop drums in it.
Hip-hop drums. Uh-huh.
And oh my God, I was like, how do I have this conversation in the most loving, respectful way? I was like, this cannot happen. How different would life be today if Popular had trap drums in it, everyone? It's just there's a time and place, and it's not with Glinda because she claps on 1 and 3, and that's okay. And that's okay, but we have to be in character, and she doesn't have that kind of rhythm. And I just kind of mustered up the courage to say, respectfully, I think maybe she doesn't have that in her, and we have to lead through the honesty of the story, and little things like that, because we had this incredible responsibility of honoring this source material that has been so loved and iconic for 22 years now, and also breathing our new truths into it and finding new meaning for these lines that we've sung in the shower for this whole time, and actually getting in between the lines and getting to know these women and who they are to us, so that version can live perfectly and be what it is forever, and we can also create ours just through honesty. But yeah, the trap drums are just an example of the finding that balance.
Yeah.
They didn't happen, obviously.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad you pushed for that.
Oh, me too.
Really.
Life would be so different, I think. It would have really ruined everything.
Yeah. What?
So you're welcome. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know that you did a lot of training for this, like vocally. I mean, I'm sure in every way, but I feel like I've always thought of you as, I'm sure everyone agrees, one of the greatest singers of our generation. And
Thank you. Coming
like
from you, can't.
this is not about me, ma'am. But it's funny, like, I know that you did all this training, and it's funny because I feel like it feels like you've been training for this your whole life. Like, you wouldn't think you would need to do any of that, and I really appreciated that you did, and like as a singer also, and I think that you had to sing all these operatic, beautiful, like iconic songs, and like do them in the way that you felt paid tribute to them and also was your own. And like how many singing lessons, like how long were they, how much times a week, like, and how was that process?
Well, thank you, first of all. I started training my voice 3 months before my first audition, just because I wanted to have the muscles in my voice get used to singing in a very different way. I've always had a high voice, but it's very different than the register that I used to sing pop music, which is what I was mainly doing. And just like any other muscles in your body, your vocal cords just get used to what they're trained slowly and surely and taught to do. Yeah. And when I'm singing pop, I'm usually using my mix and my belt or whistles, but like a little bit of falsetto in between, but Glinda lives in that falsetto. Yeah. So it's just kind of spending a lot more time there, and then training your vowels and your consonants and your vibrato to act differently. And that's such a pivotal piece of the puzzle when it comes to Glinda, is that like coloratura, authentic, operatic, soprano style of singing. So it was very important to have it be healthy and warm, and it took a lot of work. It's really interesting. I was on a long flight the other day, and my vocal coach, Eric Vitro, who's amazing. Yes, Eric Vitro. He texted me, and we were reminiscing together, and I went all the way back in my voice notes to our early lessons in like 2021 or whatever. And you can hear, like week by week, sort of the airiness become fuller, like it goes away and it sounds fuller and fuller as the weeks go by. So just repetition and muscle training and being careful and cautious, and then by the time you get to set, you don't have to think about that anymore because the muscles have developed a new thing, a new memory.
So sick.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What was that audition process like?
Oh my God.
What the hell was that?
It was crazy. It was very long. It was a 3-month process, and I just was so excited that they were going to take a chance to see me, because I didn't know if they would be able to trust that I, should even be in the room for something like that, because I knew it was required of Glinda. So I was excited to have the chance to audition. So like I said, I was working towards my first audition for 3 months, I was training with Eric Vitro and Nancy Banks, my acting coach, every day, and she's amazing. I love her so much. But, I went in for my first audition, and I think at the time they weren't sure what, part I would sing or be right for, so they did have me sing 4 songs. They had me sing No One Mourns the Wicked, Popular, The Wizard and I, and Defying Gravity. But I was in all pink. It was obvious. No one was hiding anything. I just think that, they were very thorough, so they had me do all of those multiple times. And then I had my callback, which had scenes, and we did dialogue and more Glinda songs. That was just for Glinda at that point. It was clear, it was obvious at that point. So we did No One Mourns the Wicked again, and Popular, and Thank Goodness, and the scenes that lead up to Thank Goodness and that, are after. And it was really exciting because, I remember Tiffany from Bernie Telsey Casting had her, yay, Bernie, had her little COVID mask on. But I could tell when we were doing the scene before Popular, and she was my Elfie in the audition. She was in the chair. And that just her eyes were smiling, I could tell, under her mask. And it just made me feel that feeling like I had such butterflies in that moment. And then a few more weeks went by, and then I had my final screen test, my chemistry test, with 2 different Elphabas. Miraculously, neither of them were Cynthia. We never screen tested together. Crazy. Thank goodness, We got, can you imagine if we met and it just went horribly wrong? No. But, and my final chemistry test was 3 hours, and I was a basket case by the end. And I remember I was like, I've left everything else in this room. You know what? I'm going to stick my lashes on the mirror. And I left them because they were poking up because I'd been crying so much. And so I just left them there, and I said, well,
That's awesome.
That's it. So yeah, it was long and thorough, as it should have been, because these roles, they have to be earned. And we worked really hard, and it was the most gratifying work ever. And it's like the right thing won't pass you by,
Yeah, you earned it, dude.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Sorry that was so long.
We want it.
I was went all the way back to my date of birth, just from, sorry, so sorry.
I was wondering about continuity, because I know you sang live, which by the way is fucking crazy. And I didn't know that. And I got into an argument before I'd seen the movie, before anything, because I saw the trailer and I was like, how can they, somebody said they're singing live, and I was like, what are you talking about? There's just absolutely no way that they're singing live. And I got scolded, and it was my friend was like, no, dude, they are singing live, and it's amazing. And then you talked about it, and I was blown away and so just impressed, and it's just the most amazing thing. And I know that, it took a year and a half to shoot everything, and I'm sure many days to shoot one scene. And I'm wondering about the continuity of it all and how you manage to keep that up in terms of singing, but also just being Glinda and keeping her exact state of mind for the same scene for multiple days or whatever,
Yeah, I think, when it comes to the singing side, I mean, you know what it's like to do a tour. We're doing so many shows in a row, and, Cynthia and I are both Broadway girls. We know what it's like to do 8 shows a week. So it's imperative, I think, for the emotional integrity of what happens in the scenes, and also for Glinda particularly the ability to improv. You can't be married to a track. You can't be sort of married to certain choices. You have to be able to have the freedom to surprise each other and play and make things up on the spot. Or if it's an emotional scene, you're not going to sound perfect. Your voice is going to crack, and that's really special to preserve that and to have that option available. So I think it's just sort of what we love to do. We love to sing, and we're Broadway girls. And also, there are so many amazing Glindas and Elphabas who do it 8 shows a week. So if we have to do it 27 takes in a row, we're going to do it in solidarity with our sister witches. We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we enjoyed it. And also Simon Hayes, our incredible sound team, they turned the whole set into a recording studio. So it's like no matter what happened, if a gust of wind came and hit this mic, there was a mic in Elfie's hat, so we're covered. And then there was a boom over us, and then there were two on each one of my things here. And yeah, and it was very, it was beautiful. They turned everything into a recording studio. It was cool.
Insane.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. That's so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
God, you guys worked so hard on this. I mean, I feel like you need so much. I need you just to know how hard. I mean, you obviously know, but I don't know. I mean, this is a lot of work and like a long period of time, and they're doing so much. I mean, I've never seen anything. I don't know. It's just so beautiful, and you're so
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. I love you. So are you.
How did you prepare for Glinda's like emotional transformation of being this version of herself and then changing? And was there anything that you kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I just said it. Okay. There's the question.
I think, Glinda seems one way on the surface, but the only way any of that, fluffy comedy or like frivolousness can actually work and land is if it's based on something real and honest and painful and truthful underneath, so it's about just getting to know her through and through. Why is she this person who depends so much on external validation, and it means so much to her to be liked, and like why is she so afraid of being in the middle of that circle in the Ozdas ballroom the way Elphaba is in that moment? It's like that's her biggest fear until it isn't, and she's challenged and invited by Elphaba to change, to become better. Just sort of getting to know her through and through so that we're not playing jokes or just hitting our marks and saying what's there. It's like it can feel so real, and it can feel lived in when you get to know her like a friend. And then all of a sudden you're like, where the hell does she end and I begin? And it just gets, the more you dig in that way and do your homework, it gets to feel that real,
It's amazing.
Yeah.
John M. Chu.
John M. Chu.
John M. Chu. Yes. How was he to collaborate with? And what was it like working with him? And did you feel like a freedom to explore different things? And how was that process?
He is the most extraordinary human being in the entire world. Like, obviously, he's the most brilliant visionary, director, leader. All of this starts with him. He's the one who picks up the phone and says, we have to plant 9 million tulips because we're going to be able to feel the difference. It's true. We're going to build these practical sets. We have to do it because it's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
And he is responsible for building this world and making it what it is. Of course, everyone is an extension of him. Paul Tazwell, our incredible costume designer, Nathan Crowley, our set designer, Pablo, our effects team. Every single person is it starts with John. He's the leader, and he fights those fights so that we can create. And aside from that, he's just the most incredible human being in the entire world. This man is kind and thoughtful in a way that is just so incredible. He treats every single person, every essay, every dancer, like they're number one on the call sheet. If anyone has an injury, if anyone is sore, if anyone's hungry, if anyone's feeling anything, we're gonna wait, we're gonna figure it out. And he's just such a caretaker. And I think the way he sets the tone and leads a set and creates this environment allows for people to perform their best and their most vulnerable and feel playful and feel free to take risks and do crazy shit from the chandelier. It's really palpable the way that he cares, and it's woven throughout every single piece of this film and every second of the experience. And he's also so funny because he's so meticulous. He'll plan, like he'll have a whole second by second storyboarded thing of what exactly the scene's going to be, and we'll film that version, we'll get that version, but then he'll also completely throw it away and be like, great, what would Glinda do? Just do whatever. So it's that kindness and that curiosity and that eagerness, like he's still a student, you know, that I think makes him so special, but like mostly just his warmth and his heart. It's incredible. It was a 160 plus day shoot, not even including rehearsals, and I never saw this man fazed by any issue that came up.
So cool.
It's true.
John
He's
and Chu.
amazing.
He also made such an amazing film.
He's
and
beyond.
It's so hard to, it's hard to make something good, and it's also hard to make something that wasn't even yours good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
something that was is so amazing, and it's this franchise that everybody loves, and you know, to make I feel like movies that were something else, it's so hard to make them good, and he absolutely
Terrifying.
Yeah, killed it. He murdered it.
Yes, he did. John
he's
Chu,
amazing.
ladies and gentlemen. He really did.
But also you and Cynthia murdered it too, and it wouldn't be anything without you guys. Well, okay, that's mean, but you guys really, it's so special, and you both are just perfect, just completely perfect.
Thank you so much.
Again, for years, I've like known, I feel like the world has known about you, that you love Wicked so much, and that you love Glinda, and it's like been your dream from what I've heard. And I remember like, my mom is laughing at me because I'm such a fan, but I remember like finding out that you got the job through the internet, and like, I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, that's so sick. She's wanted that for so long. I didn't even know you then at all.
Thank you.
I was so excited. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy to know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that makes
And then
me
I
so
saw like
happy.
all the like the paparazzi photos of you doing it, and I was like, oh my God. So sick. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much, man. I can't believe that.
I've been rooting for you,
I can't
bitch.
believe that.
Okay, a few questions and we're done. I love you so much. I really do.
This is so much fun. I'm very content.
I love her. Okay, a few more songs, and then we go, because we're only allowed a few more songs. Songs? Did I say songs? No. Oh my God, I meant questions. Oh my God. I'm on tour, you guys. I'm used to saying that. Sorry. Whoa. Okay. Okay. 2 questions. A.
We do need to do that, though.
We do need to do that. We do need to do that.
Yes. But she has shows. She's saving. We're good. We're vocal resting for now.
That's true. Oh God. I would love to do that.
Me too.
Anyway. Do it now. Do it now. Guys. Okay, sing. No. But in terms of songs, or in addition, I don't know. So flustered. Okay, sorry. I'm not supposed to be doing this kind of thing, but what?
This is my favorite version of it. I'm crying.
What
I'm so
was
sorry.
the hardest song to sing for you?
The hardest and also my favorite.
That was my other question.
Oh,
What were you most looking forward to singing?
I would say No One Mourns the Wicked.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. It was the one I trained the hardest for, that I was most excited for, and also it like just carries so much, and I think it's such an important song for just as it represents who she is. You know, she's grieving her best friend in real time, but also she's trying in that song to gracefully and gently walk the Munchkins towards the idea that like no wickedness was, good question, it was thrust upon her, and she's trying to spoon feed them the humanness of Elphaba through what she's singing to them, and it's just so hard because she knows they're never going to get it, but she loves her and she's feeling a lot of things, and I love it for all of those reasons. And yeah. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah. You are so amazing.
You are so amazing.
And I feel so lucky to be
I'm
in
so
this
honored.
room. And everyone in here is so lucky to be in this room.
Billie, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Billie Eilish.
I love you. Ariana, wicked.
Thank you guys so much.